Hi, friend. This is Nina again. I'm here with another beautiful week. It is January and it's cold and it's gloomy and the days are short and the nights are long. But guess what? Life is beautiful. It truly is. No matter the season, no matter the day, no matter the time, it's all begins with how you feel about yourself and about your life. And this podcast is for someone who is having some challenges in any area of their life. And what I want you to do is ask yourself one question, and that is, what do you want? What do you really want? Because from all of my years, all of my searching, all of my studying, all of my experiences, I have to come to know, not think, know. I know 1,000,000% that I'm responsible for everything that happens in my life. Everything. From how I feel, from how I act, from how I, behave with my family and friends, from how I set goals and whether I attain them or not. I'm responsible for all of it. See, it's January. A lot of us have all these ambitions and all these goals and all these resolutions that we set upon us. And then research shows by the second week of January, 80% of them don't make it. So why is that? Why is that we put so much pressure on ourselves and we say we will do things, we'll change things, but yet it only lasts 2 weeks? What is that? Why does that happen to us? Well, here's what I've learned. What I've learned personally is if it's not what I really, really want, I will not do it. If I don't have fun, I will not continue. If it doesn't give me that that feeling that oh my gosh, I'm on top of the world, it will not continue. I will not last. So that's what I want you to ask yourself. If you're struggling with anything that's in your life, jot it down. Say it. Say what it is. Because a lot of times we think we know it, we think about it, and we dwell on it, and we make up stories about it, and we create this whole versions of what ifs. I should have done that, I could have done that, and we bring in the past, and then we get paralyzed by all the resentment, all the guilt we feel, all the judgment that we have upon ourselves, and then we break down, and then we don't do what we really want to do. So what is it that you really, really want to do? I was reading a book about change your thoughts, change your life, which I believe, and I just don't believe, I know our thoughts create our reality. And that's why I named this podcast Be Like You, because you are the creator of everything in your life. You are the director of your play. You are the director of the movie that you're in it, because you're all character in this movie that we call life. And we create it, and then we blame our past, and we blame our parents, we blame our situations, our friends, whatever. And then we don't take responsibility for our thoughts, for our actions or inaction, for that matter. So ask yourself today, what is it that I really want? What is it that you want? Answer that question, write it down, and look at it every day and say, damn, I'm capable. I know I can do this. I know. The simplest way to find out if you're capable of doing something, think of anything that you've done, whether you were in elementary school, in high school, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. If you're like me, almost 50, think of all the years, all the accomplishments, all the mistakes that some people call mistakes, which I call experiences, because there's no mistakes for me. Anything I've done in my life, from my relationships to my businesses, to my health, to my family, everything was experience that I went through that I'm so proud of. So think of something that you've accomplished in your life that you thought at that time was hard, that you probably forgot about it, because you're so consumed with your self-judgment, with your self-resentment, with your fear that you don't remember. But I bet if you think back, you'll realize whether you were in school, whether you at work, whatever it was, you've done something that you're proud of, that you patted yourself in the back for. And you might have thought it was extremely hard at the time. But looking back, you're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't that hard after all. And whatever it is that you really want, it's that easy. You can accomplish it. You can create it. You just have to believe that you can do it. See, we're human beings. We are the smartest creatures on the planet. We create everything that has ever existed, from the chair that you're sitting in, from the, the cup of coffee that you're drinking, from this phone that I'm recording this podcast on. It was all created by man. And if one can do it, we all can do it, because we are all created equally. That's what I want you to ask yourself. Why can't I do what I really, really want? Why can't I lose that 20 pounds? Why can't I get the job that I really want? Why can't I find the relationship that fulfills me? Why can't I raise my children the way that would make me feel so proud? What is holding you back? Where is that judgment coming from? Where is that resentment coming from? Because at the end of the day, all of our anxiety, all of our stresses, all of our pain and suffering, it's self-created, it's self-inflicted. It's not about our parents or our past or what happened to us. I mean, if a girl who grew up in Iraq, in a war-torn country, her entire childhood, lived in a refugee camp, had to sit there and be optimistic throughout all of that and come to a freedom and build this beautiful life that's full of love and abundance. Anyone can do it. You guys, I wasn't speaking English when I was 18 years old. When I first got here, my teacher told me you're smart. It took me 30 days to find out what that meant. I had to go get a dictionary. I had to look up the word and figure it out. And I was like, wow, my teacher thinks I'm smart. I must be really smart. I really got to find out how smart I am. And I start doing the work. Whatever it took, I did it. And I did a lot of things. I worked 3 jobs. I put myself through school. I studied. I learned. I'm self-educated. I've educated myself in anything. Did I make mistakes? Yes, which were experiences. Did I fail? Yes, those were learning lessons. I look back, I used to be so hard on myself. I'm not good enough. I'm an immigrant. I'm not. There were doubts that would creep in every now and then, but I would say, no, I'm smart. My teacher told me I'm smart. I can do this. And I motivated myself and I disciplined myself because I knew something inside me that we all have inside of us. That's our true self, that inner self, that the source of you being, the deepest part of being. You know that you're capable of whatever you want, whatever you desire. It is yours. It is here. All you have to do is believe that you can do it, and you will do it. You will achieve it. Listen, I talk about our thoughts create our life. It is not a thought. It's a knowing that I know. And from all my experiences, I look around from everything that I see, that I learn, and I'm like, I wish I could get into this person's mind and tell them or share with them what they could do. But I can't, because you have to know it for yourself. You have to find that deep desire from within you, that light that emanates through your body, through your mind, that connection that is in your center, that is your heart. You need to get down to the bottom of who you really are and what you're capable of. Steve Jobs created this monster, and that is everyone on this planet almost depends on it. There's everyone I know has an iPhone, has a mobile phone in their hands. He wasn't smarter than you. He wasn't any better than you. He was created equally, just as you are. So whatever it is, especially this day and age, with the technology that we have, with the AI, with all these amazing skills and tools in our fingertips, you can create anything that you want. There's no reason why you sit there and say, I'm stressed out. I don't have the relationship I want. I have anxiety. I have depression. These are all come from doing nothing about what you really want. Not running, like literally running and chasing after your dreams and your desires. I read a lot of self-development books, and almost every book I read says exactly the same thing. Every advice from Jim Rohn to Tony Robbins to Oprah Winfrey to Mel Robbins to Jesus to all the Old Testaments, to all the religious books, to all the spiritual books, everything that you look up to, everyone that you've ever looked up to has found that light within them, have found that they too can be a creator of their life. And that's why I always say, be like you. You are enough. You have it within you. All you have to do is literally sit there and wake up in the morning and say to yourself and say to universe or to God or whatever that is that you praise to, thank you for another day of waking up. Thank you for giving me a chance to create my destiny and my future. And take a moment and sit down and feel your body, feel your breathing, feel yourself. Where's that coming from? That is coming from the source. That is you are, that you're perfect the way you are. See, I say this all the time. I say, it's your birthright to be happy. It's your birthright to be abundant. It's your birthright to be healthy. It's your birthright to have the fit body. It's your birthright to look amazing in every age, in every stage, in every era of your life. Don't neglect yourself. Don't let go. Be so resilient in pursuing that dream. A lot of people that are praised on social media or on TV, they get praised for, oh, this person worked this hard and became a billionaire or created this much in monetary way. They don't talk about the fulfillment of millions and billions of people on this planet that they have through knowing who they are, through being enlightened, through digging deep and digging through their soul and finding their true existence. Those are the people that deserve the praise. The people that are happy with less. The people that have great families, that are fulfilled with the way they raise their children, that are fulfilled in their relationship. I mean, I love being with my husband. My husband and I do everything together. We have our business together. We raise our children together. We have fun together. It's the one value that I've always carried with me. When I was a teenager, I dreamt of having this incredible family that I was going to build one day, this incredible relationship, this incredible life. I was in a refugee camp, you guys. I mean, the hope was almost lost. I had gone through so much war, through so much pain and suffering, and I was still optimistic that one day I was going to fulfill my destiny, my dream of being a mother, of being a great wife, of being a loving person to myself. It wasn't easy, but it was simple. There's a formula. There's a formula that every successful person that succeeded in whatever they endeavored in their life, they follow. And as Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn always used to say, success leaves clues. Look at your mentor. Look at someone that inspires you. Look up to the people that are doing what you want to do, and copy what they're doing. See what everybody's copying everybody these days. Everything's out in the open. Hell, I see people from around the world what they're doing. Back in the day when there was no cell phones, no social media, we didn't have this education. We didn't have this this knowing. Now we do. We can be and do and have anything we want. You can do this. You can copy the person that you admire the most and learn about them, read about them. Reading books will get you more education than 15 years of school, 20 years of school, 30 years of studying in school. Read books. Read the books that you want to improve your life in. If it's your health, read books about health. There is millions articles, podcasts, books that are online for free. If you want to raise great children, read How to Raise Great Children. And read it with passion. Get into it and really hone into it and see for yourself what resonates with you, what you can do to make and raise amazing human beings. If you want to have great marriage or a great relationship or find your person, read about how you can do that. Listen to podcasts. Look for what you want, what you need. It's all there and it's all free. There's no excuses. Read about how to be abundant and wealthy. Read about all of these successful people that have done it before you and follow their formula. I am telling you, it's not easy, but it's simple. It's a simple formula. Just follow whatever it is that you want to create in your life and you will find it. You know how you'll find it? Because you're going to focus on it. There's something in the back of our head. It's called the reticular activating system. That part of our brain records everything that deems important. Meaning, if you grew up saying that you were poor, you can afford something, you can do this, that wasn't you, you weren't raised that way, it's not your religion, it's not your culture, that will always stay there until you reprogram it, until you change it. You say, why not me? I can do what that person is doing. I can create anything that I want. And change a program. It's like a computer program. And whatever you put in, it will absorb it. But you have to focus on it to get it to stick in. I used to dream when I was in refugee camp, dream to have a beautiful relationship with the man that would put me in a pedestal, that would respect me, that would be loyal to me, that would be a great father to my children. And I would dream to have two beautiful children that were kind, that were loving, that were healthy, that would be successful in their life. And I look back at my life, and because I focused on those values, that's what I see in my life now. My husband has been moving together for 29 years. It hasn't been easy. It's been a work in progress. Marriage, relationship is work in progress. But because it was my value that I wanted to focus on, it was my number one priority. I look at it now, I'm like, wow, it's going to be 29 years that I've been with my husband. And it's been nothing but beautiful life because I focus on having that beautiful life with him. Through all our struggles, through all our, phases and eras of our life, through all ups and downs, I always knew in my heart that I wanted that to work out. I was optimistic. No matter how hard things got, I was always optimistic that would always work out at the end because that was one of my main values. Raising great humans. Everybody can have children, but raising good humans, it's a skill and it's a hard work. But as a parent, if you decide to have children, well, you better focus on those children and raise them the way you want them to turn. And that is, I believe, to every parent, his dream is to have loving, kind, healthy, and happy children. There's no parent on the planet that I would ask that would say, I don't want to have good children. No way. Every parent wants what's best for their children. Every parent wants to have that amazing relationship with their children. Well, that's not just going to happen on its own. You have to work on it. You have to teach them, their children. You have to raise those children. And it's not going to be easy. But, the results of your hard work, of the fruit, the seeds that you created, the rewards are incredible. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing good comes easy. Anything that is good, that's pure, that's fulfilling, it's hard work. I mean, it was extremely hard carrying them for 9 months in my belly. It was so hard. I was overweight. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even tie my shoelace sometimes. But I knew it was for the greater good. I knew the moment I held those babies in my arms, my world would change for better, and it did. And I knew if I worked hard on raising those children, they would grow up to be amazing human beings. And they did, and they do, and they are. They are the best accomplishment of my life. And I hope your children are your best accomplishment too. And the same thing with relationship, and same thing with your career. Anything that you work hard on, it will be fulfilling. It will be glorious. The rewards are incredible. So do decide what is it that you really want, and go and give it all you've got, everything that is in you. Give it, and then that will flourish. I promise you. I know. I don't even think about it. I know that if you start with the thought of what you want, you are going to create whatever it is that you want. And you're going to be so proud of it. And you're going to feel so accomplished. And what better way to live a life? You know, we chase after cars and homes and trips and everything on the outside. But the most important thing that we need to pay attention to on a daily basis, it's what's inside of us. What's inside of you is brilliant, it's intelligent, it's perfect, it's beautiful, it's abundant. And every one of you is deserving of that life. There's no exceptions. We are all made equal. There's absolutely no exceptions. So my hopes for you is to dig deep and really find out what it is that you really want and go after it. The hell with, New Year's resolution. Make commitment to yourself and do it. Really do it. When I go to the gym in the morning, I see so many new faces that I've never seen before. It gives my heart so much love. I get so full of love seeing those people. I'm like, they're all taking care of their health. And I pray for them. Energetically, I pray that stay with it. Keep on with it. Yeah, it'll be hard at the beginning, but that hard will subside. It's going to get easier and easier and easier the more you do it. And that's how it is with everything in life. It's a consistency of doing what it is that is hard that becomes so easy later. And then that hard thing will lead to something that's better and more profound and more fulfilling. I promise you, if you do the things that you want to do, go after it and do not give up. Continue doing what you want. No matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are, you're only going to get better at it. Keep on doing that thing that you want to do. And until next time, I want to say as usual, I love you, and please love yourself and do the work. And if you haven't subscribed to my podcast, please do so, because the more people that listen to this podcast, the more community of like-minded people we're going to build, the more positivity we are all going to send into the world, and the more peaceful this world is going to be. And I always say, if I light your candle, please light someone else's candle. Pay it forward. And this is how we are going to create a beautiful world. One person at a time, one share at a time, one subscription at a time. So share this with anyone that you love, with anyone that you think needs to hear these words. Because I'm telling you, I need to hear them myself all the time, and I know we all need to hear them. So again, I love you, and until next time, have an amazing week.